What if I told you that one battle just didn't decide only one war, but the entire future of the Europe, and also left a mark in Italian cuisine and language? So this is Pavia 1525. But first of all, I'm Andrea. This is my channel where I share my experiences, lessons that I learned, and my adventure. I want to ask you to subscribe on my channel. For you, it's something very easy. Just take 1 second, click on subscribe, but for me, it can be a big change. Thank you. So today, I don't want to do a lesson of history. I just want to catch your attention to something for me very important. And let me be a little bit patriotic. I'm talking of the Battle of Pavia 1525. Pavia is the city where I grew up. But where is it, Pavia? Pavia is in the north of the Italy, 20 miles south of Milan. It's a city founded by Romans and it was famous during the Middle Age as the city of 100 towers. Unfortunately, during the Second World War, it was wrapped by bombs and a lot of things were destroyed, but it's still a beautiful city. And if you have the opportunity, go to visit it. It's a tiny city along the river Ticino, and there's a lot of history and art to see. But it's still a very important city. Just think that Pavia is the crossroad of the path of Italy. All the most important walked paths passed through Pavia, like Via Francigena, that it was a famous path from Canterbury in UK to Rome. Pavia, it was also a capital during the Longobards Empire. It has one of the most ancient universities in Europe, and more. So Pavia is full of things to see. So now let's talk about the Battle of the 1525. First of all, if you are interested, I want to suggest you 2 books to deep dive in this argument. One is The Climax of Italian Wars, Pavia 1525, and Le Désastre de Pavie. This is in French, but I think does exist also the version in English. Those 2 books are very interesting to see different point of views and to understand better the story of this battle and deep dive in the story. So now let's picture this. It's early morning on the 24th February 1525. The French king leads his army against the force of the Holy Emperor of Charles V. So at that moment there were soldiers from Spain, French, Germany, Swiss, Italians. All the most important armies were in that city that day. The French King Francis probably was too much confident and wasn't expected to find a very strong army on the other side. Also because the army of Charles V were armed by firearms that in that period started to be used. So there was something new. And probably the cavalry of the French army, it wasn't prepared for this. So at the end, Francis I was captured and dragged away as a prisoner. And that night, the entire Europe, the power of Europe was completely changed. As I promised, this wasn't a lesson, but I want to just catch your attention on tiny details of sometimes just one battle can change things, how much can be interesting in a tiny city. But also today is the 1st of February, and in 23 days it will be the 500th anniversary of the battle. And if you have the opportunity to go to Pavia in these days, just don't miss this opportunity. But another thing that I really want to bring the attention, it's about talking about food. As you know, Italy, it's a famous place. It's a famous country for food, and every tiny city you can find different dishes and a lot of differences from city to city, not region but cities. It's incredible. And Pavia has their own soup. It's called soup of Pavia, or in Italian it's zuppa alla pavese. The story tells that Francis I, it was brought to a farmer to find something to eat, and The farmer wasn't prepared to that visit of the king, so immediately he invented a recipe. He took a piece of bread, put an egg on it, and hot broil. In this way, soup of Pavia was born. It's still now a famous dish from Pavia. And I think it's amazing because it's very easy to do it and it tastes very, very good. If you want to try, I'll leave you in the description the recipe. Or probably I do a video how to do it. But there's another mark that this battle left in the Italian language. In this battle, a lot of things happened. And one of the things that happened, it was the story of Jacques de la Palisse. He was a French commander that he was killed, and it was so important for the French army. And a song, it was composed in his honor, and a line of this song says, "S'il n'est pas mort, il sait encore vivre." That means if he were not dead, he would still be alive. Something obvious. So, and from that period of time, in French, we were used la palissade as to say something very obvious. And then it was changing in Italian in la palissiano. That means obvious. If he were not dead, he would be alive. Obvious. So this is a story of a battle that changed a lot of things and left a big mark in everything. I want to invite you to deep dive in this story, and I'll leave you a couple of links in the description of videos about this war. I want to recommend you again those two books, and I'll leave you also the link in the description. I hope that I catch your attention to this wonderful story, and I want to really thank you to arrive here and see all the video. So see you next video. Bye.